Dinosaurs dominated Earth for 165 million years, evolving into thousands of species long before the first human ever walked upright. Today, we're going to take you through that entire story: the rise, the ages, the extinction, and even the surprising dinosaurs that still live among us. Our story starts about 252 million years ago, in a world recovering from the worst event in Earth's history, the Permian-Triassic extinction, also known as the Great Dying. About 90% of all life vanished. Oceans were emptied, forests collapsed. Nearly everything we recognize today was reset. It was the closest Earth ever came to becoming a dead planet. But this catastrophic emptiness created opportunity. The Triassic period was hot, dry, and brutal, but life slowly crept back. Reptiles, amphibians, and early mammal-like creatures all fought for survival in a world with unpredictable climates and violent seasons. And then, quietly at first, something new appeared. The earliest dinosaurs weren't monstrous giants. They were small, fast, and fragile. One of the first truly dinosaur-like species was the Euroraptor, barely the size of a medium dog. It ran on two legs, had lightweight bones, and relied on speed and agility to survive. Another early species, the Herrerasaurus, was a little bigger, around 12 feet long, and becoming one of the first successful carnivores. But for the first 15 to 20 million years of the Triassic, dinosaurs were not the dominant animals. They lived in the shadow of massive crocodile-like reptiles called pseudoscians, which ruled both land and water. Dinosaurs were basically the underdogs of the ecosystem. This all changed about 235 million years ago, when shifting climates gave dinosaurs a huge advantage. The world became more seasonal, plant life diversified, and animals that were lighter, faster, and better at regulating their body temperature thrived. Dinosaurs began evolving rapidly, and once they started spreading, they never stopped. By the end of the Triassic, around 201 million years ago, another major extinction wiped out most of their competition. The pseudoscians, many amphibians, and countless reptile species vanished, but the dinosaurs survived. And now they were positioned to take over the world. The Jurassic era was waiting for them.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
What do they got in there, King Kong?
When the Jurassic period began about 201 million years ago, Earth was warm, humid, and full of lush forests. Plants diversified dramatically: ferns, conifers, ginkgos, creating dense green landscapes that stretched across the supercontinent Pangaea. Dinosaurs erupted into a stunning variety of shapes and sizes. This is the stage where most dinosaurs became massive. The most iconic group was the sauropods, which rose to incredible size. Species like the Diplodocus, Brachiosaurus, and Apatosaurus reached lengths of 70 to 100 feet, with necks capable of sweeping across entire forests. These giants evolved hollow bones and giant lungs that made them surprisingly lightweight for their size. Their hearts may have weighed close to 400 pounds just to pump blood up their enormous necks. But with big prey come big predators. The Jurassic saw the rise of enormous carnivores like the Allosaurus, a fast, powerful hitter with a bite specialized for tearing through flesh using repeated slashing attacks. This Allosaurus wasn't the biggest meat eater ever, but it may have been one of the most common, discovered in huge bone beds suggesting it lived and hunted in groups. Another major event of the Jurassic was the rise of the first true birds. Archaeopteryx, discovered in Germany, had feathers, wings, and the ability to glide or perhaps even flap its wings. But it also had teeth, claws on its wings, and a long reptilian tail, a perfect snapshot of evolution in motion. The continents also began drifting apart in this era, creating new coastlines, new climates, and natural barriers that forced dinosaurs to evolve differently depending on where they lived. What started as one connected world was slowly becoming many. But the Jurassic was only the warm-up. The next period, the Cretaceous, would push dinosaur diversity to its absolute extreme. The Cretaceous period was the peak and the fall of the dinosaurs. Beginning about 145 million years ago, the Cretaceous was the most dynamic and diverse stretch of dinosaur history. Flowering plants, the ancestors of rose, oak trees, and grasses, evolved for the first time. This changed everything. New plants meant new insect species, which meant new food sources, which meant new dinosaurs adapting to exploit every environment on Earth. This is the period that gave us many of the most famous dinosaurs. In North America, the king of all predators arrived.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
With a bite force of over 12,000 pounds, it had the strongest land animal bite ever recorded. I don't know how we recorded it. It could crush bone like dry twigs. But the T-Rex wasn't just strong. It had forward-facing eyes for depth perception, incredible hearing, and a sense of smell among the strongest of any animal in history. Other regions saw their own extraordinary species. In Asia, velociraptors roamed the deserts, much smaller than Hollywood portrays, but covered in feathers and likely an intelligent pack hunter. The oviraptor, once thought to be an egg thief, is now known to be a caring parent that protected its nest. In Argentina and Africa, enormous predators like Giganotosaurus and the Spinosaurus grew even larger than the T-Rex. Herbivores also reached peak diversity. The Triceratops ankylosaurus with its club tail, the duck-billed Hardosaurus that could communicate through giant resonating crests, and the towering Argentinosaurus, possibly the heaviest land animal ever. But the Cretaceous wasn't just the age of giants. It was also the age of ecosystems. Dinosaurs had specialized into every role. Sprinters, tank-armored herbivores, long-necked giants, bird-like raptors, and early modern birds flapping through prehistoric skies. And then, 66 million years ago, in a single terrible moment, it all ended. A 6-mile-wide asteroid slammed into what is now Mexico with the force of 10 billion nuclear bombs. Wildfires ignited across continents. Mega tsunamis swept coastlines. Dust filled the sky for months or even years, choking plants and collapsing food chains. About 75% of all species disappeared, but not everything died. Small, adaptable animals like mammals and certain birds survived. Those birds are the last living dinosaurs. Every pigeon, hawk, chicken, and sparrow today is a direct descendant of dinosaurs, which survived the asteroid impact. Dinosaurs never really vanished, they just evolved. For 165 million years, dinosaurs adapted, dominated, and diversified into every corner of the planet. They survived world-changing extinctions, global climate shifts, and the breakup of continents. Their history is a reminder of how powerful evolution can be, and how fragile life is when the unexpected strikes. And even though their world ended long ago, their story continues all around us. Some of their descendants still fly overhead. Some of their fossils are still being uncovered today. And the more we discover, the more incredible their world becomes. That is the epic story of the dinosaurs. Now I want to hear from you. Which dinosaur was your favorite? Is it the terrifying T-Rex, the armored Ankylosaurus, or maybe one of the feathered raptors that look nothing like the movies? Drop it in the comments and I'll read every single one. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know what I should make a video about next. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the dinosaur timeline, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.